Today we're talking with Dr. Marty Goldstein about Evangers. Can you tell us your experiences with Evangers and what your thoughts are about the products?
I started doing integrative veterinary medicine way back in the 70s, and one of the founding members of the entire movement on transferring the consciousness from conventional over to alternatives or more natural therapy. And one of the big indicators for me was if scientists got together to study the way animals, pets, dogs and cats would eat, why would they develop the food that they've developed, which is a cereal-based food? So in my searching for products that would more simulate what nature would intend an animal to eat, we found Evangers. And I haven't sold many different brands of food in my practice for years, maybe 2, 3 different ones, and Evangers has always been one of the ones that we've sold.
Do your patients and clients come back? Are they repeat customers even though their dogs might not be ill?
We did a survey once over 6 weeks on where my clients lived. And my average client was 590 miles away from my clinic, because our application of alternatives to conventional veterinary medicine, we have documented the reversal of so many terminally ill animals by changing their diet and getting them on supplements. So yes, they do come back and they travel, and it's what I like about Evangers is animals love it. They just love it. And now I'm actually thinking about finally coming out with my own food, and the company that I approached to help me make my own food is Evangers. That's how much I like it. Can't ask for more than that, can you?
I understand, talking to some veterinary allergists, at least in Los Angeles, that some of the allergists are telling people whose dogs have severe skin allergies to move away from chicken. Are you finding that to be true in your practice? Or
yes,
what?
And I'll tell you one of the big reasons for that. There was a study released many years ago in the human field that one of the number one causes of allergies, and especially the cause of irritable bowel syndrome in the human field, or inflammatory bowel disease, was the protein fractions that they grow vaccinations on. And our dogs and cats are an over-vaccinated society. It's not that we don't believe in vaccines, but we're over-vaccinating. When was your last polio shot? When was your last chickenpox shot? Many animals are called in every 3 years or every year for all their vaccines. And there is something called the allergic breakthrough phenomena that's proven in the medical, on the human medical side, where vaccines induce allergy complexes in the body. But one of the biggies is what we grow vaccines on induce allergies. And one of the most popular things that we've grown vaccines on was chicken embryo broth. So it induced a lot of chicken allergies, besides just, it was always beef, it was always lamb, and then when we went to the more novel proteins many years ago, chicken became the novel protein. And we've given animals so much chicken and so much exposure to it, even at low quality levels, that all of a sudden they were building up allergies. So it's a multifaceted reason why, but you're right.
What Evangers products can help avert those types of allergic reactions, or if someone has wanted to switch from chicken to an Evangers product, what types
Well, we love
of
the
products?
pheasant.
Pheasant.
Yeah, pheasant is a good one. You have to go for the more novel proteins. We happen to do a ton of food allergy testing based on animals' bloods. So we find out what they're allergic to. It's not 100% accurate, but we've learned tons over the years. And that kind of gives you a guide. The Evangers hunk of beef we've loved over the years if we find out they're not allergic to beef. We like, the chicken drumlet, that thing. If animals aren't allergic to chicken, that is a great product.
So overall, you'd feel comfortable recommending Evangers to your patients even if they didn't buy it at your practice?
Absolutely. Well, the fact that we apply it at our practice means that we're so for it that we would recommend it. I had my own show that Martha Stewart gave me for 6 years called Ask Martha's Vet, and I recommended Evangers. This is before I approached Evangers about making my own food. I would talk about Evangers all the time on my show. because it's one of those products that I really like. You know, there's this whole thing about it has to be properly nutritionally balanced. I have a 21-year-old cat that's been living on 100% protein almost all her life. She's 21 and still doing really well. It doesn't meet the guidelines of scientific recommendation, but still. So the hunk of beef, is it totally balanced? No. So if a client uses that and then adds a little of their own vegetables, even maybe a multivitamin, then they're getting a mostly meat product. They are carnivores. There's not one tooth in a cat or a dog's mouth flat for grinding grains. So it really fulfills what nature was supposed to be feeding them.
Well, we appreciate your time.
Anytime.